Rain pelted the windows of the old highway diner, as if the heavens themselves were tearing apart. Inside, the flickering fluorescent lights danced over mica tables, their surfaces smoothed by countless years of use. It was almost closing time, the hour when quiet settled over the diner like a heavy, weary blanket, yet there was something electric in the air, a sense that fate had quietly taken a seat. In the corner booth, an elderly man named Daniel Holt sat on a cold metal wheelchair, wrapped in a thin blanket, shivering from the storm he had narrowly escaped. Nearby, a young waitress, Emma, carefully lifted a steaming spoon of soup to his lips, her hands shaking from fatigue but her face radiating gentle care. She had no idea that at that very moment, billionaire Jongwei Holt was walking through the door, and that the sight of her small act of kindness would alter both of their lives forever. Before we move forward, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? And don't forget to like and subscribe to Black and Wronged for more heart-touching stories. Let's get started. Emma had been working long shifts for weeks, barely keeping up after her mother's medical bills drained everything. Family was gone, but she held on to a quiet hope no one under her care would ever feel forgotten. That night, finding an elderly man alone in the rain, confused and struggling to speak, she didn't hesitate. She brought him inside, wrapped him in a spare blanket, and served a warm bowl of soup. Jongwei Holt had come to the diner, escaping people who smiled but never truly saw him. His wealth was a fortress, but also a cage. His father, Daniel Holt, had once been a strong, brilliant man, but illness had scattered his memory. Even the best caregivers couldn't reach him. Seeing Daniel in a wheelchair, cared for gently by Emma, Jongwei froze. She wasn't rushing. She wasn't treating him like a burden. Her kindness reached places money never could. Jongwei realized that no wealth could replace true compassion. When Emma finally looked up, she didn't recognize Jongwei Holt, the billionaire, the man whose name graced countless headlines. All she saw was a concerned son. She hurriedly apologized for stepping in without asking, explaining that Daniel Holt had been shivering outside, and she couldn't just leave him alone. Her voice wavered, fearing she might get scolded, but Jongwei felt a sudden wave of respect instead. He noticed the tired shadows under her eyes, the slump of her shoulders, yet she had still chosen compassion. At that moment, he understood that this stranger had given his father something priceless: dignity. As the rain softened, Jongwei helped Emma lift Daniel gently into the luxury car he had arrived in, but he wasn't ready to let the moment end there. He wanted to know the woman who had shown such selfless care. Over late-night coffee at the diner, while Daniel rested in the car with a caregiver Jongwei had arranged, Emma hesitantly shared her story. She spoke of financial struggles, of caring for a sick mother who had passed, and of working endless hours just to survive. She forced a small smile, but Jongwei could hear the exhaustion beneath every word. That night, something changed within him. For years, he had been surrounded by people who only saw his fortune, those who wanted from him. But here, in a humble diner with flickering lights, he witnessed a different kind of wealth, a goodness that expected nothing in return. For the first time in years, he felt moved to act not as a billionaire, but as a human being. The next morning, Jongwei returned to the diner, not with cameras or an entourage, but with quiet determination. Emma was offered a full scholarship to pursue the nursing career she had given up after her mother's illness drained their savings. Jongwei Holt cleared her debts, restored her late mother's home, and arranged flexible hours at a medical facility so she could work while studying. At first, Emma hesitated, overwhelmed, but Jongwei gently insisted. This wasn't charity, it was gratitude. He told her she had shown true compassion, and he wanted her to share that kindness with others. Weeks passed, and Emma's life began to transform. She studied with heart and purpose. Daniel Holt's health stabilized, and he sometimes recognized her with a faint, grateful smile. Jongwei, too, felt a quiet healing, rediscovering a tenderness long buried under responsibilities. Emma's simple act of kindness had rippled outward, touching lives in ways none of them could have imagined. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Black and Wronged for more inspiring stories. Tell us in the comments, which moment moved you the most? And so, one small act of kindness in a stormy diner changed 3 lives forever.